y'all, so this is a bridge I used to come across all the time when I was a kid. Hopefully, and see, there go the little, this was new too. When I was a kid, this little weird looking shiny museum or whatever they do. So this all traffic. This didn't used to be like this back in the day. So now you got to come through this way. And it says here there's no outlet, so I guess I got to go this way. This was completely different back in the day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bust a left. Now you can see that bridge. It's gonna be on my story time. It's gonna be on my story time. You can see this bridge. On the top of that bridge, we used to ride all the time. You can see the skyline of Minneapolis, downtown. I ain't been down here in so damn long, it's crazy. Now, usually I didn't really spend much time around this side, but on the other side of the river, that's where we used to hang out. But as you can see, the U of M is massive. Remember when I told y'all we kind of grew up around the U of M? Hopefully my audio's good. But I mean, look at all these buildings by the river, man. Now, this is East River Flats on that side. One day I'm gonna take y'all all the way down here once again. Now, over here, you get close to the hospital. This is all U of M stuff, man. This is I'm glad I went this way, because 94 is shut down. I was coming from Brooklyn Center. 94 is completely shut down. This is the Heart Rescue Center on this side. It kind of brings back some bad memories to a certain degree, because, you know, my mom spent her worst years over here. But she was treated pretty good, I guess. This is the University of Minnesota East Bank. Remember, I'm from the West Bank, over by the Riverside. So this is the East Bank. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna go on the main street by the train. I'm just gonna stay here on East River River Road, East River Riverway. Now, if I were to take a right here, that brings you right back on Franklin if you keep going. This is another big cornerstone of my childhood. There's a basketball court that I used to play over here as well. We passing Oak Street right now. I'm gonna go ahead and run this light. Now those blocks to the far left, that would have got me right back on the main streets. This is the Clinic and Surgery Center. This is a fairly new building on the left. As you can see, if I take a right here, that could bring me right back on 94. I ain't gonna do it. This is Erie Street right here. You got some apartments right here. They gonna be expensive as hell because all the college kids. You can see, I wish I could give y'all a visual of this building, but this building look janky as hell. All right. Now I'm coming up on, now we over Southeast now, right? Now, my homie Stack Doe, that I got a lot of stories and stuff. Stack Doe probably watching this, and shout out to Stack Doe. I'm about to put his business, I'm about to go and get his business. I used to put it on my podcast and stuff, but I'm gonna put his business up probably in this video, because Stack Doe from over Southeast. Well, he's actually from over South, but he grew up over Southeast in the Southeast projects too. So, but he grew up in, you know, I won't say what neighborhood over South, but you know, so he will kind of go back and forth a little bit. But I think since we over here, I'm gonna go to the Luxton projects too. If these people decide to go. So yeah, we're on Heron Boulevard, and then I might bust a right on Essex Street, or I might just keep going. Because the point of this is to get to Nanosystems. The point of this, so I'm making a special trip over Southeast, y'all. I could have just took 694 to get back by the house, but I'm making a special trip, and I'm gonna start doing this. These are gonna be my driving story times in a minute. These are gonna be my driving story times. Southeast is a very sprawling atmosphere and environment for the U of M. You might hear a little wind because it's getting a little hot. Right here, the Hilton Hotel is right here. Now, I could have took a right here on Essex, but it might have brought me, let me see. Yeah, damn, I should have went that way, because it would have brought me where I want to go. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bust a right on Delaware right here. The Huntington Bank Stadium is over on the left. So I'm gonna bust a right here on Delaware. This building was never here when I was coming up. This is fairly new. This is the Side House Apartments. So University Avenue's on the far left, so we gonna go past that. This is a new building right here. This is a new building right here, the Quad, Delaware. That's fairly new. They call it the Quad. Probably charge an arm and a damn leg. You can see ain't no parking. We gonna slide through these projects right quick. I don't know why I stopped. We gonna slide through these projects. This building right here, I think it's kind of new. I don't remember this building. And then this building right here is kind of new. So now we over Southeast. On the right, this is kind of where I pulled over right here. I'm gonna go through the project, but I pulled over here on that right. Just, you know, in our story time, when my mom was like, "Oh, you can send a resume or do this, that, and the third." Now, this is where a lot of my guy Jay's people grew up at too. Now, this is the Glendale townhomes. These are considered to be the projects over Southeast. So yeah, Minnesota, yeah, we do got little projects. So I'm just gonna slide through the projects right here, and then I'm gonna come back down. We got, they call them townhomes, but they projects. They like little projects. This is Southeast projects. You can find a thick little rat if you trying to holler at back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I spent a decent amount of time through here. A decent amount of time. So I'm gonna slide through this way. I'm gonna cut through here if I can. This is where I used to play ball at. Luxton Park. It's a lot of legendary stuff at Luxton Park. This is where you will come to hoop. Now Stack Doe stayed right to the right of me right here. That's where he stayed. He stayed right to the right. So we just gonna go through here. Still got black folks going over. I think I went on a one-way on accident. I don't know. Could we make it? Think we good. We good? Alright. Yeah, it's narrow as hell. I won't want to live over here. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep going through here so y'all can kind of see the streets. Right? I'm gonna keep going through here a little bit. And they say the yield, that kind of brought me in, so I'm just gonna keep on going down here until we get, I might have to turn around. I don't really want to, but I probably should have went the other way. But let me see. Let me see if this is, come on, man. I don't know what the hell he doing. These folks crazy. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bust a right here. I'm gonna bust a right here in Anytime Fitness, cause I can't park right here. Off to the right, that's the North Star Resource Group. There's a hotel off to the way down there where y'all seeing right here. Right here by this gas station where this Escalade is pulling out, you can't really see it. Let me see if I can get in there. I'm gonna do a story time on Jay too. This story time, my homie Jay had to whoop this dude. He had to whoop this dude that owed him some money. This dude owed him some money at a gas station. He probably don't remember that story. So I'm gonna back out here. I want to get out and actually, I really want to get out and get some pictures. But look, this building right here I'm pulling out of, this building, that's the Asian dude that gave me the computer right there. He looked out for me because Nanosystems was on some bullshit. That building right there that I'm just passing, he put a dual boot system, so whenever I have viruses, all I had to do was just rewatch it. This building right here, new, Hampton Inns and Suites. This is a brand new building. Now, where General Nanosystems used to be, should be coming up. And you see, you can't really park. Let me see if I can get in front of the building right here. Yeah, this is in front of the building, I think, right here, y'all. Arthur. All right, I'm about to hop out. I guess you ain't supposed to. This is it right here, y'all. I'm about to hop out real quick and get some footage. So this is the building. They used to do computer service right here. See where it says computer repair? I used to come here all the time. This is where I got my first computer back in '97. I don't know what they got going on. This is a new building, Fresh Time Market. They got some stuff here. This was all, you can see the train and everything. You can see the radio station way over there. This is the Teamsters building, like a union. Over there, they got some buildings back. It's nothing like when I was coming up. All this shit's new, except for that white building right there. Except for that white building right there. So I'm gonna keep on getting footage. Okay. It paused for some reason when I got out. I hope I got that Nanosystems stuff, man. Damn, I hope I got that Nanosystems footage. Man, I hope I got that damn footage, man, because I just hopped out to give y'all the footage of Nanosystems. Man, I hope I got that footage. I may have to pull over and take a look. Otherwise, I'll come back down here and get it. University Avenue. What we gonna do? I'm gonna see, because 94 is closed, so I'm trying to see how long it'll take me to get down to Lexington. Hopefully if my phone goes, I'll probably just plug it up when I get back or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because I ain't really got to use it too much. Y'all might see me pause from you know, point to point, just to try to save a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, but I think I'm good. I'm trying to think of anything notable about this side of town. Not really. I didn't really work over here too much, so I don't know. There ain't a whole lot to say. University Avenue, man, I'll tell y'all, man, University is just, it's a pain moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because they put this train, all it did is just slow stuff up. I don't even know if they needed the damn train to come down University. Now, when it comes to Minneapolis, yeah, but I guess, you know, they just did it for the white folks that was living here, you know. Because look, like this building right here, these little small little coffee shops and these buildings wasn't around either. So they basically just going up buildings everywhere. Now we're passing Berry Street. Let me see how far I could go. Because 94, they say all the roadworks closed, so I think all of 94 is closed. And that's a major highway. Anybody that knows that, anybody from Minneapolis or anybody from Chicago or anywhere, y'all know, man, 94 is a major highway. So now we in St. Paul. This is Eustis Street right here, University in Eustis. So, you know, the train stops here too. Nothing notable about that. 280, which is probably one of the roads that I'm gonna end up taking when I get ready to go back home. You know, I'm probably gonna go grab a bite to eat. We gonna holler at my man. We gonna holler at my man KT. We gonna holler at him. We gonna go by his juice bar. I'm gonna grab a juice from him. So I might get a little footage from him. So I might get a little footage from bro. I'm gonna pause this for a minute though, because I don't want to waste it on this. The only thing notable about this part, I'll tell on the left, you can't really see it too much. There's a place called Twin Cities Reptiles and Vivarium Pets. I used to come down here because, you know, remember, I used to really be in entomology when I was a kid. And I wanted to, you know, they had all the dope tarantulas. I tried to come here and get a praying mantis and they didn't have them. Every time they had a praying mantis for sale, they did not have them. And I used to be pissed because they didn't, you know, they still there, but they got this big giant alligator snapper up in that joint, and then they got this they got a water monitor, like a monitor. Man, this joint look like a straight dinosaur. This joint about damn near 7 feet long. A monitor. Now you probably thinking, well, it look like a Komodo dragon. Are they done? Let me see. Are they out of there? I guess they still there. No, it looks so raggedy. I said, damn, did they stop? They look so raggedy, I thought they were done. So I guess they still there. I guess they still there. I'm trying to see if I can move or groove a little faster. Because I don't want to go all the way down University Avenue, but if I have to, I will. Let's see here. Is there anything notable about this area? Close to this area right here. And I don't know. I'll ask him to see if he's okay with it. But you know, my homie Titan, if I do a story time about him, basically there was a studio called Studio 4. And all the niggas that want to make music and rap, you would go to the studio. It's off Vandalia. Now they might have moved it or whatnot, but it's like a mini IPR. Like you could come and you could do your music, and you could rap and you could produce and you could do everything that you need to do, man. You know, that was out here on Vandalia. That was on Vandalia. So there go Planned Butcherhood again. We're proud to offer a butcher. This is what they really saying in the billboard. So you know they're gonna put that where the black folks stay. Go ahead and butcher your kids. But hey, what do I know? Alright, so we gonna pass down Vandalia. Dang, I'm telling you, this is why people, they do not like messing with university, man, because you can't damn near move. You can't hardly move. The U-Haul, I used to go to this Menards when I stayed over south. You know, if I ever had to go to this Menards, this is where I would go. I'll go to this Menards right here. Man, I might have to, hold on, let me move. Yeah, cause this, let me go up a little bit. Yeah. Let me go up a little bit. It's taking too damn long. It kind of, I don't know why St. Paul split off like this, but it splits off right here. Okay, so now, this is where Habitat for Humanity is here. Like if you need a real estate loan or like a grant, a lot of time. This right here is a janky ass, they call it Quality Inn, but it wasn't called Quality Inn before. It was called, I think Holiday Inn. So I never brought nobody there. If you had a ratchet or something like that, you know, you had $50 before you had the microtail, you could bring her up here, I guess. But I mean, this is like the bottom of the bottom of bear. You at least could get $100 damn room. These joints is like probably $50, but you know, they didn't look like this. They looked a lot more raggedy. There's a place right here called Oz's Bar and Grill. Never been in there before. Never. I haven't been down here in a long time, but you never know. Them little hole in the wall sometimes be fire. They might be fire. So this Habitat of Humanity right here, they give a lot of grants and stuff. Over here on the left is some new buildings. So now we get into the hood now in a little bit. Now, I didn't grow up in St. Paul. Now I got a little story right here off to the right. Off to the right. I'll do a mini story before we pass this Arby's. I'm gonna do a mini story. Off to the right, there were some houses. I remember, I'll never forget it. But I used to sell CDs to this one chick I met on the bus. She was chocolate thick as hell. She was like in her 30s or something. I was in my 20s. I don't know. She looked like she was getting up there. So I used to sell CDs to her. I started talking to her and stuff like that, and found out she was living in a halfway house. She was living in a halfway house, bro. And she had got out for unaliving somebody. So she had got out for like a first or second degree. But you know, I'm a young dude. I'm in my early 20s. You know, I really don't got too much going on. Like, you know, I'm in my early 20s or whatnot. I'm still at home. And she was thick. She was thick. And so I'm trying to see what I can see. You know, so we start talking and stuff. Eventually, you know, she had like a certain time she could be on the phone. So I'm trying to knock her down. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm really trying. So eventually she moves over south. She moves over south, man, and I could tell she started messing with that dope again. And then I started finding out that she had habits, and I didn't know that. So now we on Aldine. We still on University. This is the Denny's. I don't go to this one that much. Off to the left, you got your famous fish and chicken. JJ Fish and Chicken off to your left. So you know you just want some hood food. This place been there forever. You got Denny's over here on the right. I don't even think I've been. I might have ate from there maybe one time. We on Fry Street right here. Here's the Bank of America. There used to be, I think, a pawn shop somewhere around here. There's an Ethiopian restaurant off to the left. You know, I don't like call it styrofoam bread. I don't really like that bread. This is I call it the green building. Everybody know about this green building right here. We got the Alliance soccer field that's gonna be coming. You're gonna see in a minute. Now we on Snelling. And let me tell y'all about Snelling right here. A lot goes down on Snelling. I used to stand on Snelling when I started venturing off to St. Paul when I stayed over south. I grew up over south. I did not grow up over St. Paul. Up here they go. Here go the protesters. That's probably why 94 shut down. They got their abortion signs. Keep your needy hands off of our bodies. Oh shit, I gotta send this to Symbolic. Keep your needy hands off our bodies. Now these women are 50 damn years old. 50, 60 years old. Ain't nobody trying to sleep with them to give them an abortion anyway. So yeah, they protesting. They trying to protest Donald and all that, so they going on their little protest. That's probably why all this traffic is going on. That's why they going on this traffic. I'm gonna have to interview my homie, man. I'm gonna have to get him. I'm like, yeah, these adventures of DP. So let's see what they do. Yeah, I think they getting ready to, you know what I'm saying? They getting ready to, so I guess I gotta stay right here. There go a big ass bird. I didn't know that bird was there. So yeah, they getting ready to protest. I don't know where they gonna go. They put a big bird up. This is the soccer stadium. I gotta check this out one day. I've never been there. Me and my brother going to go up there. Soccer stadium off to your right. Pawn shop right here off to your left. You get ripped off real good over there. Cub Foods over here. Carver's over here on your left right here. This gets an empty lot. Didn't spend a lot of time right there, but there used to be a McDonald's. I don't know where the McDonald's were on Pascal right here. House of Sleep, get your furniture. Off to the left right there, there's Urban Lights, legendary CD store. I used to go up there sometimes, get my magazines. You get all your magazines, get your Erder Dog, not the, you know, with the M, the Erder Dog. LA Fitness right over here, Discount Tire right over here. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to keep this rolling, y'all. Man, I hope I got that information, that Nanosystems. Chase Bank right here, T-Mobile, UPS store, Discount Tire, LA Fitness. You know, so, you know, we got some, you know, some cool little stores over here. We're in Frogtown. This is the hood we in. This is what the St. Paul niggas call it. Frogtown. It's the Frogtown neighborhood. The east side is past downtown. Well, I might do a story on the east side. I might do something. They just put a Wingstop up here. You know I like my Wingstop. Probably not the best for me, but you know. Jersey Mike's off the chain, of course. Got Discount Tire over here. I remember I had an issue where I had to get a tire. So they got a Discount Tire. They got some pretty good tires. You get a warranty on your tire. Something happened to your tire, you just bring it back. We're gonna be getting close, and I might slide through and grab me a plate. I might have to. But I'm thinking about just making it a gyro day, a gyro day, or whatever they call it, gyro. I'm thinking about going up to West Indies Soul Food and grabbing me a plate. That's what I'm seriously thinking about. West Indies Soul Food, I think it's on Concordia. I'll double check. Y'all. This is gonna be a long video. It's gonna be a long video. I'm gonna stop the video and start another one. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop and start another one. All right, I stopped the first video. I'm starting another one. I'm telling you, Do not go on university if you ain't got nowhere specific, unless you just got time to burn, because they totally messed up. They didn't need this damn train, man. This train was the worst thing. You got Target, Super Target off to your right, big giant Target, real big Target. Got the Goodwill off to your left. Now, here's some of the story that y'all you remember that dude I tell y'all, the brother that was an L Rookin. I'm not gonna tell you what an L Rookin is. You can look that up. Chicago people know what that is. My Chicago listeners know. But the brother that was an L Rookin, right off here, the Gordon Park, it was the Gordon Park High School right here, or it was some building over here where he had to do as a part of his parole. This is the dude where I was telling you in D building, where it's like, man, you got a cold ass hustle, shorty. You got a cold ass hustle. And he was telling me all these stories when he was in Stillwater, talking about how the brothers was mad because he wouldn't get on count and all this kind of stuff. White Castle, Harold and Kumar, damn it. Y'all want a hood burger for real? White Castle. Popeyes off to your left. Now this Lexington right here, this was a legendary Dairy Queen over here, okay? Legendary Dairy Queen. And my brother is now the owner of Life Juices. He's the owner of Life Juice. So we gonna stop by. We gonna get a juice. We gonna stop by and get a juice, and I'm gonna try to get him on camera real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him on camera real quick. I'm gonna go and get me a juice real quick. He reopened his store again because they closed it down for the winter, because you know it's cold and ain't nobody standing out in the cold. But you can still get his stuff online. But this fresh pressed juice, shit, I might drink this before I go to sleep or go back to the house, because I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna start working on my story times. But I don't know. I've been in traffic so damn long. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have for the story times. But I'm gonna have to hit 694 to come back. So this is what we gonna do. We not gonna take a right on Lexington. What we gonna do is, because that's what you can see it right there. That's my brother's stuff. What we gonna do is we gonna slide through the this motherfucker ain't supposed to be doing this. This nigga parked. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bust a right. Yeah, this shit right here. The Hobbs Center for Lifelong Learning. This right here, let me tell you this story about this Chicago dude, this L Rooker dude. He used to have to go down there for parole. Yeah, he used to have to go down there for parole. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bust a right on this street right here. This is a little back street. It's a little grimy back street. Yeah, that's where dude had to go. It wasn't at the Gordon Parks joint. Man, these potholes gonna be bad. So y'all gotta forgive me for these damn jeez. All right, let me see if I could. Man. All right, hold on. Jeez, man, St. Paul. Man, St. Paul's potholes ain't no joke. You see what I had to do? So let me see how many people was all parked and whatnot. What we got over there? Oh, she's a little older. You can't tell with black women half the time. Black women, you can't tell with black women half the time how old they are. See, that's a little chocolate thing. She was in her 40s. You can't tell. I thought she was like 20 something, 25, or well, no, about 30. All right, hold on. I'm just going to park by my brother's stuff a certain way. I don't know how they parking. Yeah, I'm just gonna park right here. I'm just gonna park right here, man. I'll just move. We gonna get bro on camera. We gonna get bro on camera. Hold on. This is my brother's Life Juices right here. So I decided to stop here. This on Lexington. You know what I'm saying? His wife was just seeing to be helping. He got some tacos. Tacos is off the chain. So this used to be a it used to be a what they call it, it was a Dairy Queen. So this is very legendary. And then over here You got the check cash in place. White Castle over here, they just built a building, a brand new building over there, so you're gonna get some business there. I think there used to be a Wells Fargo. No, that's a Huntington. Now this is Lexington coming back down here. This is like a one-way right there. 94's blocked off. There's a lot of communities over there. You got a taco truck, you got O'Reilly. They be going down over there too. All right, this is my brother. Brother from another mother.
Yeah, man.
He got Life Juices.
Yeah.
On Lexington. This is a legendary. Once again, y'all, this is a legendary. This man's we've come a super long way. This is a legendary.
From a mustard seed to a mountain.
Literally.
Yeah.
So I was telling like my fan base and stuff, bro, that I was doing adventures at DP. What I was doing is I dropped my wife off at Brooklyn Park. They had to go to church. But I was showing people how I built all them computers. Like, and I went down to Nanosystems. I kind of took them through the Luxton Park and, you know, the Southeast projects, and how I was telling them about how Stackdale stayed over there. I Jay and all them, and so I get, and then I was teaching Luxton Park, and then I showed them. I didn't go to the West Bank. 94 is all blocked up. I think they. I think they
I hate when they do that.
I think they blocking it. At first I thought it was the liberal limousine that was tripping, but I seen them down there.
They at the Capitol.
Yeah, they going to the Capitol. You know, black folks, and see, they ain't gonna get nowhere because ain't no black folks gonna be involved.
Listen, the Lizzie liberal libertines are out there by the masses.
By the masses. They got their little signs. You got 60. I see a lady 60 years old saying, "Keep your hand off my body." I'm like, lady, you ain't even eligible.
Yo, the delusion.
The delusion. She said, "Keep your hand off my body." I seen her with a sign. I'm like, man, it's too damn cold. But anyway, yeah, so I showed them the legendary White Castle. I took them in the back street. So I was kind of telling them about all the little spots, like when I kind of migrated over St. Paul and started hustling off of Stellan and stuff, and I was showing them all these buildings that, you know, when we grew up, half of these buildings weren't even here. So yeah, this one was just last year. This one was built and that's gonna be a real good money thing for you. That's the high school down there. Yep.
That's Central High School.
That's Central High School.
And then High School of Recorded Arts.
That's way down there on Vandalia. Or they moved?
No, they moved. They're right on the other side of Wilder.
Wow. Yep. Vandalia. So yeah, I was telling them on camera, it's gonna be like a long. I went like 15 minutes, then I did 20 minutes, and then I gotta compile all of this kind of stuff, man.
Okay.
So you know, yeah, my brother he reopened it because it was, you know, cold in the winter. Yep. So y'all come down here and get you a Life Juice.
Yeah.
Now these are the white liberals that I was telling y'all, hands off our bodies. These women 60-something years old. 60-something years old, man. Hands off your bodies. Hilarious. And they tell you, if you say, hey, what's up with some reparations? They be like, well, I don't know. You might want to talk to